Hey there, my name's Nader Najad and I make videos for international students who want to come to Canada. New Canadian, thinking about moving to Canada, thinking about, hey, what do I do when moving to Canada? It's a bit of a process. Even if you have negative $5 million in your bank account, I will make it possible for you to move to Canada. But you need to hang around, so hit that subscribe button. If you're not hitting that subscribe button and you don't get to come to Canada, you know why. It's because you didn't hit that subscribe button. So today we're going to be talking about driving in Halifax. What is it like? What does it feel like? What happens when you drive in Halifax? Ho ho, it's a shitstorm. You don't want to drive in Halifax because it's kind of garbage. But you know, whenever I say these things, Halifax locals comment on my video and they say, "Nader, you don't know anything. You never lived in none of it. It's bad driving in none of it. Halifax isn't bad." Or, "Nader's clearly never been to the prairies. The prairies are cold." Be quiet. Halifax is not a good city to drive. For me to say something is good, it has to be pretty damn good. Like, I can go to a restaurant and they're gonna give me food, it tasted decent, but if the portions weren't big, it doesn't taste great in my face hole, and it wasn't a boom explosion of flavors. Like, if you've ever had Chinese food, they're really good at making vegetables crunchy, combining it with really other, some other tasty things, and then when you eat it, you're like, bam, it's like all the sodium and the flavors. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday. That's what makes me satisfied. And Halifax, driving on Halifax roads isn't like an explosion of flavors. It's just kind of not very good, and I'm gonna explain why. The roads are very narrow in Halifax. They're not big and wide. It's not like driving on the highway or driving on big country roads. It's like there's a lot of students, so if you're not paying attention or you're really tired or you're not an observant driver, there's students running back and forth across the road. And anybody who drives on South Street or around University Ave can attest to this. There's universities. People are gonna cross the roads. The roads are gonna be narrow because that's the way Halifax is. Halifax has a lot of hills and it has snow in the wintertime, so it's not going to be great. But is it going to be safe? Yes. You're going to be able to get a car, you're going to be able to drive in Halifax, it's going to be fine. But your goal should be to simply learn how to drive on the roads. It may be different from where you're from. If you're in the UK, you're going to be driving on the other side of the road. So when you come here, just give it practice. So my opinion is it is not one of the best cities to drive in. If you do not need a car, don't get one. If you're going to go to work every day, if you're going to commute, if you want to see the area and see outside of Halifax, I recommend getting a car. I'm going to make a video on buying your first car in Canada, so that's why I said hit that subscribe button. It's super important. But in terms of the driving conditions, it's going to, get reduced in the wintertime and when it's raining, which happens very frequently. Not trying to be a naysayer here, just being honest with you. So what I recommend you do is just get, educated about where things are, get knowledgeable, know where you're driving, see how the roads, are set up. And once you get used to the format and just the size of the city and get used to being careful and paying attention to details, it will be fine just like driving in any other city. Not going to be as busy as Toronto, not going to be as busy as like LA where you're stuck in traffic for hours and hours and hours, but since it's small, it can get congested. So that's all I wanted to say. Definitely, if you're thinking about getting a car, there's nothing really major I need to teach you about driving in Halifax. You should be able to do it. But I just wanted to make this video to inform you guys and let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.